All right, we up.
All right.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we get started, we'd like to give our praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to
Yeah.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Dash, and double honors as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who are well and who taught us the truth. GMS Nashford Brothers coming back at you again with another Friday night lesson, Friday night sit down, all through the Spam Pravi Bahashem Yashai, Bahashem Dash. March 6th, I put 2024. God damn.
Going back.
I'll change in a minute. But yeah, March 6th, 2026, the year of apostate sellouts, agents, and as well as the time of Jacob's trouble. And we're coming to those times, man, where these prophecies are literally jumping off the page. You can literally grab a bag of popcorn and watch the prophecies unfold before your very eyes. There's articles coming out day after day, hour after hour, showing us that we are at the end of Esau's wicked hegemony, his wicked rule, and we're seeing that they are trying to scramble for their agenda, for their enterprise, to get everything up and running. You got Israel and the U.S. Israel and U.S. Attacking Iran. Trump vowing that there will be no ceasefire with Iran and demands unconditional ceasefire, unconditional surrender.
Yeah.
Which really, he said that, Trump said that after Iran had already told them we're not gonna do no negotiations. So Trump was really just trying to save his ass and make him look like he's this big ass leader. Yeah, I told Iran I demand an unconditional surrender when they had already told you we're not going to negotiate.
Yeah, unless they say so, unless they feel, unless unless they unless they say so,
Mm-hmm. If you want to add anything else to that,
no, that's it. I just got a preset for you.
Yeah, you can grab that real quick. You can break down. I'm gonna change this to 2025 or
So I got this. This is Second Ezra 16:39. It says, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side." And so these plagues are increasing, and now, many will say, well, how is warfare like unto a plague? Well, think about it. During the majority of plagues, people pass away, people die, and wars have plagued the earth. Look how we were taken down via warfare, another nation. And that's going to happen again, to the nation of Israel. We see what's happening to, these other heathen nations. It's going to happen unto us also. And we're warning you that you can avoid the plague by serving Yahweh Shem Shai. Now, you're going to be tried and tested. That's still going to happen. But you can avoid these different plagues from by leaving not well don't leave America, physically, but spiritually and mentally leave this place, or these plagues are going to overtake Babylon, and wherever else you around the world is going to get you. Ain't no running from the fury of Yahweh Shem Shai. And they had the nerve to call the first attack or the second attack epic fury. Now you motherfuckers have been about to feel the fury of Yahweh Shem Shai when that great plague come, when that fire hit that ass via World War III, when you decide to implement that chip, and you niggas that decide to take that MOTB, you're gonna be in the midst of that fire. You're gonna be burning, and bitch, it ain't gonna be quick.
Nope.
It ain't gonna be quick. You got it, bro.
Yeah, just like you said, and when you jump up in that second Ezra 16 that the brother got, it speaks about just the birth pains going into just as a woman like the end is likened to a woman with birth pains, and just as a woman has birth pains, the end is going to be likened and have birth pains as we get closer and closer to the end, until
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai finally cracks those clouds, goes through the clouds, and the missiles are shot, so on and so forth. Because we're seeing right now, it's not looking like things is going to let up. It's not looking like you can just kiss going back to normal goodbye. We're not going back to normal. We're not going back to pre 2019, pre 2016. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to set the stage. Order at KO, more chaos, more chaos, more chaos, more disruptions, and so on and so forth. So when they implement that like the brother said, the MOTB, they're going to make it look as if you want to go back to normalcy, you want to go back to convenience, you want to go back to pre 2019. Well, take this chip, take this C hip. Everything's going to go back to normal. Everything's going to go back to, and that's also like a salesperson. What they'll do is, they'll knock on the door, they'll give you a sale, and be like, I'll sell you this cooler for $800, and they'll be like, oh man, hell no, that's too expensive. But then what they'll do is they'll lower it to like 600, and we're like, okay, yeah, that sounds right. When the cooler is only, it ain't even that much, but they'll put it real high to where you'll be like, no, but then they'll just drop it down just a little bit to where it makes it sound good in your brain.
Or
go ahead.
Palaki, they do the monthly payments. So we can do monthly payments of $20. The interest rate, blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. How long would it take me to pay it out? Oh, it'll just take a year. But nigga, you didn't read the interest rates. He told you what the interest rates is.
Exactly.
But on paper, the interest rates is higher. So you're not paying it for no years, you're paying it for 3 years. They're making more money off of you, And that's how Esau gonna use that trickery on most I'm gonna say our people, because fuck the rest of the world, these heathens out here, but for our people, so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, y'all gonna fall for that. Y'all gonna be the first ones to, okay, yeah, daddy, I'll take the MOTB. You got it, Brian, to interject like that.
Oh no, you good. I got this precept, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And in the NLT it says, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. So Satan's not going to outsmart us. The elect, Lord will be part of the elect, and the Lord keeps his spirit on us to continue to be circumspect, to continue to be alert, continue to be watchful. We're not going to be outsmarted by Satan, by Esau, Edom, so-called white man. And we know his schemes. He does the same schemes over and over and over and over and over again. We're not going to be outsmarted. That which then is now, and the Lord requires that which is past. They do the same shit century after century, time after time, and the same thing that we're seeing today. The same thing happened during Rome. Just the only difference is now is that it's all being accelerated. It's all happening at a faster rate than it did, back during that time, because there are stages to it, to the fall of Rome, which we're seeing stages in the fall of America, but it's happening at a much more rapid rate than it did, back then in earlier times past. If you got some, I got something else.
I got that Ezekiel that you had called for.
Okay. Yeah, you can get it.
It was 33 and 33, right?
Right.
I'm gonna start up here at 32.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna start at 31 for you niggas out there that you claim to be Israelites, but you're not really down with it. This is for you. It says, and they come, 30, I'll start at 30. And also Ezekiel 33 and 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what the word that coming forth from the Lord. And it says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, shalom, APT, ABCD, whatever, all praise to the Most High. Nigga, say his name, all praise to you. How about you, Shah? But even that, with some of these guys and sisters out there too, it's fake. And it says, I pray you, and hear, yeah, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that coming from the Lord. It says, I already read that, Salakia. It says, yeah, I'm a verse 31. It said, I'm started, and they sit before thee as my people, um, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And that's the same shit that Esau do. He's coveting other lands as of right now, other resources. You know, he's not going to be satisfied with the portion that the Lord gave him. And that also shows that he really don't have the whole world. You know, he had the mindset, not the mindset, he had the people's minds at one point. You know, he might have been able to have some of the best places to live. But as far as him having the whole world, he don't have that, you know. And he
Mm-hmm.
gotta go. He gotta go and push this World War III. He ain't got no choice because that's the Lord got that in his heart, in his mind to do that. And it's prophesied that he was gonna be the hammer of the earth, that he was gonna take peace from the earth, like I said in Revelation, I believe 6 and 16 or 11. I can't remember which one, but he's doing that. He's taking peace from the earth. No other nation have done that. Even the Greeks and Romans, they had a portion of the earth. You look at their kingdom, you know. But today you see the military bases, the democracy, being pushed out onto these other nations over the years. You can
Yep.
see how they dress when they come to the summit, the G3 or no G6, something,
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
something like that. The summit, they all wearing suits and fucking ties. They're not wearing what their nation, what their yeah, what their nation of people would normally wear. Look at us. We're not wearing like one or two our forefathers used to wear. And it says, I'm gonna get on with it. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, one that have a pleasant voice, and that lovely song is we us telling you that you the Israelites, the kingdom of heaven is for you, which some niggas still don't like that. You know, no more captivity. That's that
Right.
pleasantry. That's that pleasant song. And it says, and can play well on the instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. So, they're not going to repent and turn back into Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hell, today, which I'm gonna do a video on. I had this Jake woman, whose house we went and cleaned her carpet and rug. She gave me some Buddhist shit, and best believe I'm gonna use it to make a video on. And they had a good meaning to a good purpose. But as far as the mindset is of another God, the only person that can truly bring happiness to you niggas out there. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about you Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans too. The only ones that can bring true peace and happiness is your power, which is
Yep.
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You knowing that you a Hebrew Israelite, you know? And it says, verse 33, because we coming into this time, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then they shall know that the prophet had been among them. So very well, not very well, very soon you're gonna know that the words that we saying via out of the Bible was true.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
No, no, yeah, beautiful points, beautiful. Just like the brother was saying, we're coming in very terrible times, and these individuals are going to know that the men of the Lord have been saying that, starting with our apostles, bishops, and elders of great millstone on down. These people are not tapped into what is going on. They're not
Hmm.
tapped into. You may have some rare individual that may post some stuff about what's going on with the files. That's what's going on with the U.S. Iran, everything going on in
Hmm.
Taiwan, Ukraine. They may know a little bit something, but on a major scale, these individuals don't know what the hell is going on, what the hell is about to happen. But when it comes to pass, they're going to know that the men of the Lord was among them, telling them what is about to happen. Because
Hmm.
I was talking to this chick today at work, man. She didn't even know the U.S. and Iran attacked Israel, or the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran.
That's crazy.
Then and then because a lot of these individuals, she said it herself. She said, if it don't affect me, then I don't really know about it.
And
So
it is.
and I told her, I said, well, it's about to affect you real soon.
Yeah.
These individuals, because I was like, how do you not know? She didn't know about that. She didn't know that, about the cartel going and everything going on over in Mexico. She didn't. She don't know none of that. Which she was young, but
The
of
worst one.
age, of age. But she was young. Just head in the clouds. Just worried about the next party to go to them. So what or so not. But these people don't know what's going on. But the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai is about to show these people that He means business. And when He says judgment is coming, that's not just some fairy tale facade that the Bible and the Lord made up. No, these things are about to happen, man. Judgment is about to come forth. And when you get that Ezekiel 33 and 33 in the NLT real quick, it says in the NLT, but when all these terrible things happen to them, as they certainly will, then they will know a prophet has been among them. So a bunch of terrible things, mass majority of terrible things is about to happen to these individuals, and they have no clue. But they're going to know that the prophets have been telling them from the jump that these things are about to happen and will happen, man.
In our lifetime.
In our lifetime, that's it.
Like how niggas be saying, it's gonna be my kids, my grandkids. No, it's gonna be here.
Yeah.
And even if you did say it was another 20 years, you're gonna come right back, and you're gonna go through the same you're gonna go through the same shit. You are your kids.
Yep.
So ain't no getting around it. Everybody's gonna get judged in the day and in an hour very soon. Every spirit on earth is gonna be judged. And you got good judgment, you got bad judgment. The good judgment is gonna happen for the elect and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. The bad judgment is gonna happen unto the 2/3 and the heathen. Every spirit will be judged.
Yeah,
you got it, bro.
Yeah, these people are going to feel the pain. Just like the bro in the chat, he said, my supervisor, Jake, complaining about his 401k now, talking about how he lost $5K because of Trump bombing Iran. Trump bombing Iran. These people don't have no idea. Why do you have a 401k? Because these individuals think that this place is going to continue, man. If you had any sense of knowledge, you would get your money out the 401k. That's all a scam, and that may have worked, decades ago. But right now, 401k is null and void. That may have helped in the 1900s, maybe mid to late 1900s, maybe even the early 2000s. But now that shit, you need to get that shit out, man. If you got any sense of take the 401k, I'd rather you invest it in gold and silver than to keep it in that, man.
Yeah.
These people have no knowledge.
Yeah.
Of what's going on. And I got this 2 Ezra 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them, and that ain't nothing compared to what the Lord is going to put that individual through, man. If he's not a man of the Lord, that ain't shit. And he's probably devastated about that. But that ain't shit compared to what, the brother said. These people are not going to make it. They're not. Because they have no idea, as it says in Isaiah 33:6, but wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. And these people don't have wisdom nor knowledge because they don't want wisdom nor knowledge, man. But it says,
they want
go
the
ahead.
wisdom of wickedness, the wisdom of this world.
Yeah,
that's what that 401k.
Yep.
You should have been started taking that shit out. For one, Elon Musk. I don't know how you niggas is missing all this shit. Elon Musk already done told you ain't no point in you having no 401k or saving that shit. Because if it's gonna go digital, and the world to come is not gonna benefit you. That's what niggas don't understand. The world to come is not gonna benefit you like the old world. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say the world. I meant the lifestyle is not going to benefit you, because the world to come, of course, all of the nation of Israel is going to benefit from it. But starting with the elect and the 1/3, they gonna have the best, But this lifestyle that's getting ready to happen, it'd be best for you to just die and come right back when the Lord come back. Be a believer, take down the nations, then
Yeah.
to be a slave unto another man, and to say that you my God, because that's why you're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
But you got it, bro. You got it.
Yep. Second Ezra 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. These people walk in great pride. They think they're top shooter, top notch baller. These YNs, these groupies, they all think they're the shit. These people who got they think they got some money, and you don't have shit, man. You got a crumb compared to what the elites have, man. They
Yep.
they wipe their ass with that money, man. They probably have the real money, gold,
Gold
silver.
and silver. Yep.
Yeah, they don't carry no goddamn dollars around.
No. That's why if you notice they don't have their status. They're trillionaires, a zillion. Man, they don't have that fucking title on them.
No.
Look at the kings of old. Look at all of our no, fuck the heathen kings. But the
Yeah.
real king, Solomon, was he a millionaire? No. And he was the richest man in the world. Other forefathers, Job,
Yeah.
Abraham, all these different men, they were not millionaires, bro. They were
Nope.
real rich men. All the
Yeah.
cattle,
Yep.
gold, and silver that we actually had that was sustainable. Our whole nation was rich. That's who the least got rich off of first. What was our people taking
Yeah.
us down? Our gold holds the most valuable. Shit, them Ishmaelites over there in not Arab, I was gonna say Arabia, Saudi Arabia, and all across Asia, they
Yep.
all got banked from us, bro, from taking us down. Everybody got a cut of our money, and we gonna take it
Mm-hmm.
back. You got it, bro. I'm gonna cut you off. Slack.
Oh no,
I'm a
no,
little
yeah.
amped up, so Slack it.
You said what?
I said I'm a little amped up, so Slack
Oh
it.
yeah, no, hell yeah, yeah. That's the spirit. You got a precept?
Um, did I have one? No. You go ahead and finish reading what you got.
Oh yeah, okay. I did, but let me see if but yeah, so it said many great miseries shall be done to them. So many great miseries is coming on these individuals, man, and the prophets is telling you, starting with our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone on down, to repent, so you can escape the coming troubles, the coming distress, the coming tribulation that is to come, because it's on the way and it's here. Jacob's trouble is here, and Jacob's trouble is not going anywhere, man. It's only intensifying. Now they may, because you're not hearing nothing about because the ICE, they disappeared off the face of the map. You don't hear nothing about them right now because they want to shift your mind to something else, because they'll shift your mind to something, and then when you're looking this way, they're doing something over here that you're not watching, and then when they shift your mind over here to look at what they prepared for you, then they're doing something over here. So they always got something in the mix. You don't think the ICE isn't just going to stay in the shadows forever. They're going to come back, man. Martial law is coming. Lockdowns are coming. Chaos is coming to the society. Sleeper agents, they've been talking about a lot about sleeper agents, talking a lot about a T-risk attack. All this is on the horizon, man, about to happen. Cyber attacks, more and more cyber attacks on banks, financial systems, and so on and so forth. And that's going to bring much more of a squeeze to where the people are going to have to start deciding what they want to do and what they must do to actually survive. And these individuals are going to be like, man, I don't know if I can really trust this government. So they're going to try to take matters into their own hands. And then that's when that chaos and that order comes. Okay, martial law. Y'all don't want to listen? Bet. Y'all want to just rob the stores? Y'all don't want to listen to the government? You don't want to listen to Trump? There's a plethora of ways that this could happen, man. Just merely speaking as a man. And throwing ideas out there of what could happen, because something is about to happen, man, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yep, I got some.
Come.
Amos 8 and
We'll probably end
11.
off there.
All right, Amos 8 and 11. It says, "Behold, the days come," said the Lord power, "that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord, and it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And so it's gonna come a time where these lessons they're gonna disappear on your ass. The sit downs, the camps, what they call what we call it, the class. Well, now I don't really like saying classrooms. That's like some IUIC shit. But but basically, what they call it, the breakdowns. Yeah, the breakdown videos will be gone. It ain't gonna be that no more. You don't have time to sit back and get your entertainment. And I don't mean to say it like that, but that's how you niggas take this for. You take this as for entertainment. So that's how I'm gonna say it. Now for the believers and 1/3, the hopefully let, not talking about you. But if you get offended, you get offended, but it's not for you.
If the
You
shoe
know,
fits the bird.
yeah. But you niggas out there that watch this for entertainment think it's just something you want to, you get a kick off of, or maybe you do understand the prophecies, but instead of you going out there teaching, you might drop a little bit of knowledge on a podcast and
Right.
or some other dumb shit.
Try to sound
You can be
smart.
you're gonna be put down because you know the Lord's will. If you know the names and you throwing hidden gems here and there on your little shows and skits and shit, you're gonna be put down because you know the Lord's will, you know the gospel, and you using it for filthy lucre's sake, to get your own following. You're gonna be put down. So many of our people gonna be wondering where the truth at. You're not gonna find it, and if you do find it, it ain't gonna be the real prophets dropping, I don't like saying that, but basically, giving the truth. You ain't gonna get the real prophets. You got it, bro.
No, that's it, man. Yeah, there's so many ways it can happen. Articles just flowing in, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I was looking at. Got the Strait of Hormuz closed. Gas prices rising. And if gas prices rise, diesel prices rise too. Diesel prices, how you think your food gets from point A to point B, from the factory to the store to your house. Diesel,
Yeah.
oil. If that rises, they're gonna have to tell the stores, hey man, it's costing a lot more to get the product from our factory to your store, so we're gonna have to charge you more. I mean, what do you think Walmart's gonna say? What do you think they're gonna say? Okay, they just gonna pass it down to the consumer. If this was to go on for weeks, months, that you're gonna start seeing food prices rise along with the gas prices, because they're not just gonna pay the worker, the truck drivers to deliver it and then not get some type of cut out of it. The way that they get a cut out of it is to pass it on to the consumer and to raise the prices. So there's just so much going on, man, and you just got to remain circumspect, watchful, alert, and aware of your surroundings and what's going on, and not just stuck in the clouds like the majority of these people.
Mm-hmm.
If you got anything else,
no, that's it.
So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before we end it off, we'd like to give our praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Quadash. And double honors as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.